Hey Doc, I'm back with the final episode in the Dream Life series. So, if you've been following along on the podcast, you know that throughout I've been going through the steps to create your dream life. So, I'm just going to review it just in case you're not familiar with the podcast, which, if you're listening to this episode, you should go back to the beginning and binge it. Thank you very much. And also leave us a 5-star review and all those things and share it and do all the things. Okay, so let me just review the steps. So the first one, and the reason that my platform is so focused on outsourcing and childcare and all of those things, is not because I believe that no physician mom should ever take care of their children alone or clean their house. Well, I do think nobody should be cleaning their house, but the real reason is so that you can use your time for things that actually matter to you. Right? So cleaning the toilet probably doesn't matter as much as dreaming up the life that you want to live. It probably doesn't matter as much as going outside for a walk with your kids. Right? So the first step is to create the space, the time, and the energy to even be able to dream. Right? And that involves having support. So having the childcare, having your partner be on board, asking other people to be a part of your village and support you so that you have the time, you have the weight of managing your household off of your shoulders. So even when you actually have the time, you can think about dreaming and not about all the things that you have to do. That's why we get the support, right? So step one, create the time, space, and energy to be able to dream. Step two is to actually dream. So cast the vision, make it big, make it bold, make it something that excites you, right? There is no imagination police. You cannot make it too big. This is not the time to figure out how. The how comes later, right? Connect with what is actually important to you. What do you want? If you had no restraints on what you could do, on what people think you should do, on your responsibilities, if none of those things were holding you back, what would you be doing? How would you be living your life? Where would you be? What job would you have? What would your day to day schedule look like? What would your kids be doing? Would they be in school? What type of school? What country would you all be in? What kind of house would you be in? Cast the vision, connect it to what is actually important to you, and worry about the how later. The next step is to hold that vision in your mind at all times. And just a reminder, it is not to perseverate on the vision. It is not to lament about the fact that you think you may never get there or you're so far away from it. It is from a place of excitement and hope and almost a little bit of, yeah, I'm going to get there. I don't know how, but I am going to get there, right? That confidence in it just working out can make it even more effective. And the reason that you're going to do that is to help the algorithm that is your subconscious guide you in the direction of that dream life by pointing out things in your life currently that do not align and also presenting you with opportunities that are going to help you get to the dream. And so what your attention is on is what is going to expand. It is what is going to bring things to the forefront that you may not have noticed before, negative and positive, both getting you towards the dream and away from it so that you can be aware. Because if you're not even aware, then you're never actually going to get there. You're never going to witness those things and make the changes or take the leap that you may not necessarily have taken before, agree to something that may have seemed out of character. But because you have the vision, there's going to be a little voice that says, hey, that looks like something we want to do because it can get you to that dream, right? So you hold in the vision, the next step. And I pause here to say it doesn't have to go in this order. This step can actually be the first step. Well, the second after you create the time and energy, but the visioning with your partner, bringing your partner involved, letting them know, hey, this is what I'm dreaming of, should be the second step because you both need the time and energy. Maybe. Maybe he has all the time, but that's a whole different story. But you need to vision together to make sure that you are on the same page and you're heading in the same direction, right? And there are ways to make that conversation successful and productive. And just knowing that any resistance doesn't mean that that's it, right? If you get a no or you get a hell no, or it's like, this is crazy, the next step then, step 4A, is to proceed with curiosity to find out what is going on, what are the fears that are coming up, like what are the objections, and how can we talk about this so that we get on the same page. So here we are with the final step. You have the space, you have the vision, partners on board. What do? You take action, right? Massive action. And when I say massive action, I do not mean quitting your job and buying one-way tickets for you and your family out of the country. Now, if you really want to do that, you can go ahead. But the way I think of massive action in this scenario is actually baby steps, because it's the baby steps that are going to get you to that dream in a real, practical, and sustainable way. Because if you take that huge leap and something doesn't work out, it wasn't the exact direction, something evolved, there's a mistake, and you have to go all the way back. It may set you so far back. You may be so discouraged that you may like, you see, this wasn't for me. Dr. Toya was lying. She doesn't know what she's talking about with all this dreaming stuff. See, yeah, this only works for her because she is, special or crazy or whatever thoughts will come to your head. So taking a baby step is massive because most people will take no steps at all. Most people will not even go through this process to follow this dream life blueprint. They will continue to stay with the status quo, stay with the feelings of discontent, continue to live their lives trying to live up to a standard that was set by somebody else for someone else. Most people will continue to do that. But if you are here, I know that is not you. I know you are curious. I know there is something in you that is saying there must be more. So when I say massive action, baby steps, as oxymoronic as that may seem. And the other thing about baby steps is that the small wins give you enough encouragement to keep going. So if the dream is to have a busy surgical practice, but still only work 4 days a week because you want that last day to be able to take your child to gymnastics, the baby step could be finding out what the pay structure would look like if you went down to zero point 0.8 FTE, right? Going over your finances with your partner to see what would it actually look like if I decreased my hours, and can it sustain us? Making a decision that this salary is going to go down, but we are willing to make other changes in our lives because the change in lifestyle is worth it. All of those are baby steps, but they are steps in the direction of the life that you want to lead, right? Instead of just saying, well, this is not going to work out, we can't afford it. The action can be getting the evidence. The action can be saying no to something. If there's this meeting that you've been volunteering for on that Friday, you decided that you teach residents on a Friday, maybe saying, well, I love this, it's important to me, but it really does not align. I have to let this go. That's a baby step, but it is a major one. And even taking it even further back, if you're like, I really can't leave these students, the baby step could be emailing a colleague and being like, hey, do you want to take over teaching these med students? Just little things that are going to help you get where you want to be. And even though they are baby steps, like I said, it is still massive action. So there may be a lot of fear, but you can do things scared. There's no rule saying that you have to be free of fear to take action. Because if you're waiting to be free of fear, the action may never come. Don't let fear hold you back. You can do this. You have done way harder things. and you have the receipts, doc. You can do it. And I am here to support you. So send me a message, send me an email, hello@drtoyacoaching.com, send me a DM. Let's work it together because this Dream Life blueprint is here for you. All the episodes are here for you. They'll be linked in the show notes so you can follow along where I go into detail of each step. You can just take it from this episode and start working that blueprint now. You deserve to start now, not wait until the kids are older or any other barrier to go away. You can do it now. We respect the season that we're in, so things may take a little bit longer. They may look different for us as physician moms, but that's why I focus on us, right? Doing it in this way makes it more sustainable, makes it more attainable for us. So let's do it. Let's build these dream lives together. And if you are ready to work this blueprint, but you're like, I just need some support, I need some direction, I need some guidance, I want to make this as quick, as fast, as efficient as possible, reach out to me. Let's get on a call and see how I can support you in following this dream life blueprint and achieving the life that you deserve. Okay. So share this episode with another physician mom who is ready to stop waiting until someday, right? Who knows that she needs a change and is ready now. Share it with her. Go ahead and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and a 5-star rating everywhere else. And I will see you on the next episode of Stethoscopes and Strollers.